Hi, hello, welcome to Ekam IAS. This is Fatima Nusrin. In this video, we are going to discuss about National Investigation Agency or NIA. So why we are discussing about NIA is that you might have heard about the news of killing of a tailor in Rajasthan as well as the murder of pharmacist at Amravati, and these cases have been transferred to NIA for investigation. So as a UPSC aspirant, you have to know in detail regarding NIA. And not only because of this news, NIA have been in news for very long time. So you have to know regarding NIA, and we will discuss regarding NIA in this video. Fine. So what is NIA? So it is a statutory body. So this is one of the important point that you have to keep in mind. It is a statutory body. UPSC can ask or can make a statement like NIA or National Investigation Agency is a constitutional body. You will get confused if you are not clear. So it is very easy to remember because it is a statutory body established by an act called statutory body. Means it is a body created by a statute or a law. So that law is, in this case, it is National Investigation Agency Act 2008. So it is very easy to remember. It is a statutory body established by an act, National Investigation Agency Act 2008. So it was established in 2008. That is also clear from this act. And NIA is a central agency. It means that it works under the central government and it investigates to the matters that affects the sovereignty, security and integrity of India, as well as any matters that affects the friendly relationship with the foreign states and the offences under statutory law, which means that India has signed a lot of international treaties as well as agreements with the international organizations like United Nations organizations. And if any offences happened violating these agreements, the NIA has the power for investigation. So NIA will investigate into offences that affects the sovereignty, security and integrity of India, as well as any offences that affects the friendly relationship with foreign state, and also any offences that violates any international treaties or agreements which India is signatory. Example like United Nations treaties with United Nations or any other international organizations. Fine. And the headquarters of NIA is in Delhi, and there are other branches which are in Hyderabad, Guwahati, Kochi, Lucknow, Mumbai, Kolkata, Raipur, Jammu, Chandigarh, Ranchi, Chennai, Imphal, Bangalore and Patna. You don't have to know all these branches, but it's headquartered in Delhi. And another important fact you have to know is that it is a statutory body and it is a central agency, and we have seen where they interfere. If an offence that affects the sovereignty, integrity, etc. all these things. Fine. Now let's see the formation of NIA. So NIA came, we know that we have seen NIA Act 2008. So it came on the backdrop of this Mumbai terror attack which happened in November 2008. So based on that, the central government, that means the UPA government at that time decided to bring or establish NIA in 2008 with the Act, National Investigation Agency Act 2008. So why we bought after the incident of Mumbai terror attack or 26/11 Mumbai terror attack. And even though it came in 2008, it started functioning in 2009. Now let's see the jurisdiction or the area where NIA can make investigation or do investigation. The whole India. NIA can investigate any matters that is happening in India, as well as it applies to the Indian citizens outside India. So not only Indian citizen within India, the Indian citizen outside India, if they commit any offences, NIA can look into or investigate. Next is a person in service of the government. Since their jurisdiction applies to whole India, if any person is working under the government service, the NIA has the jurisdiction to investigate any offence committed by a person in the government service, wherever they are appointed. Then a person on ship and aircraft registered in India. And the other jurisdiction is that if a person commits anything against Indian citizen or if any offence done by a person that affects the interest of India, then the NIA has the jurisdiction to conduct investigation. Fine. Then we know that NIA is a statutory body. So for a act, there will be the schedules which will give the detailed explanations of each provisions in the act. So in the schedule of the act, NIA Act 2008, there are certain specific lists like where NIA can conduct investigation. For example, Atomic Energy Act 1962 or UAPA Act 1967. So any matters that violates or affects this, or any person commits any offences under these act, that is these are mentioned in the schedules along with other various acts. I am not mentioning every act. So if any person commits any offences that violates these act, then NIA has the power to conduct investigations. Not anything out of this schedule. Fine. So recently, that means in 2020, September 2020, along with this act, this Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Act was also added to the schedules. So which means that if any offences that violates this law, especially that is if that is connected to any terror case, then NIA has the authority or the power to investigate on matters related to Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Act. So this is a recent addition. So you have to know this statement thoroughly. I mean, you have to remember this. So we have seen what is NIA and how it formed and what are its jurisdiction. So now let's see how it takes probe. Means how it's it investigate matters. So state government, in case of any state matters or any cases that happened in a particular state, then that state government thinks that this case has to be investigated by the NIA. Then the state government can request the central government, especially the Union Home Ministry, for ask the NIA to investigate into this particular case. Then NIA can investigate if that particular matters falls into that schedule, right? If any that scheduled act which I have shown in the previous slide. So if any matters that violates in that schedule, then NIA can investigate in the state matter where the state government requests the central government, then only. Fine. Also, the central government can directly ask the NIA to take charge of this particular case if it falls under the schedule of the NIA Act. Alright? Fine. So this is how NIA take a case for investigation. I hope this part is clear. So I'll just brief it up. We know that NIA is a statutory body established by an act, National Investigation Agency Act 2008, and it is a central agency, and we know that if any matters that affects the sovereignty, security, integrity of India or friendly relationship with other countries, then if it violates any international treaties or agreement with international bodies like UN, then it is mandatory for the NIA to investigate on that particular matter. Then it is headquartered in Delhi, and we have seen the branches. These branches are all not important. Just know the headquarters is in Delhi. Then we have seen the formation based on the Mumbai terror attack happened in 2008. We established NIA Act. We established NIA through NIA Act. Then it started functioning in 2009. Then we have seen the jurisdiction. It applies whole India as well as outside India. Then they can also investigate into any offences committed by the person in service, in government service. Then person in ships or aircrafts registered in India. And if any person create offence to Indian citizen, as well as if anything affects the interest of India, affects anything against interest of India, then NIA has a jurisdiction. Fine. And we have talked about the schedules. So schedule means actually it is a detailed explanation of provisions in the act. So if anything is mentioned, any act that is mentioned in the schedule, and if anyone commits anything against that particular act, then for example these are the acts, then NIA has a power to conduct investigation. And recently this Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Act that are connected to terror cases can also be investigated by NIA. Okay, fine. Then we have seen how it works based on the state recommendation, and also the central government, if it thinks that these things fall under the schedule of the NIA Act, then central government can direct the NIA for investigation. Fine. Then, so we have come to the end of our session. So this is a model question regarding NIA. It is a 3-statement question. Read thoroughly, identify the keyword and try to eliminate the options and try to find the answer, and write the answer in the comment section below. The answer as well as the explanation along with the detailed material of NIA will be provided in our Telegram channel. The link will be given in the description. So go and check it. So that's it regarding today's session and today's topic. So thank you for watching. Happy preparation.